Gratitude and Grand Rising. Thanks for stopping by the channel. It's Shay Seeking from American Aborigines Unchained here on YouTube and in the Facebook group. So, again, I just started thinking about a couple things and thinking about limitations and things that are put on people in a certain sense. So it's kind of like I was even just this. Sometimes it just starts with like think about something about a Disney movie, because I know that those stories are storylines that again resemble those of the past, and again in a symbolic or allegorical way, things that are occurring now. So again, when I was just thinking about Simba and Pride Rock, and there's always some kind of limitation on the key or uh, main character of one of these Disney movies, and they always have to go deep within to search for something that they actually come. It's kind of like and they're being guided again by either animalistic spirits or animals, right? Which could also be talking about people when you break it down in etymology. Again, it's early and I'm kind of chilling. So it was the other side, that Simba shouldn't go to the other side. It's so funny how he took him up and showed him what was going to be his, huh? Anyways, so I think about that and I'm thinking he wasn't supposed to go over there to the other side, the dark side or whatever, right? And he did. When you talk about the Moana in the reef, right? Gather up stuff. It's funny how she was saying, the grandmother was saying, everything that you've taken up over time is going to lead you to where you need to go, and it's all within. And we see take in, roll up. It's almost like I'm thinking about rolling up the sky, you know what I'm saying, like it says in the scripture, like uh, like a scroll or whatever, or even laying or stretching, right, of the earth. Gather up stuff to pick. That's a verb. Reef, a low, narrow rock, ridge, a rock. You know, again, this remind me of a calcified pineal. Like I just see everything like totally different than what I guess it is. Ridge in the sea, a rib. You took a what from Adam? Like I don't know. Okay, okay, I'm going somewhere, but not. Low island formed by coral debris. Bottom of the sea. Horizontal section of sail, rolled or folded. Yeah, I'm more like even I'm thinking about sails, or just like even when we're talking about ancient Egypt and the canoe. Well, them sailing on certain boats, and then when it comes to indigenous people and sailing on canoes, and I don't know, just think about things like that. But yeah, a rib, you know, a covering, to cover. Hmm. Wow. We have rib joint or brothel. Hmm. It's slang 1943, probably in reference to Adam's rib, a woman, a wife, maybe even a doubter or a daughter, dowry. Hmm. Tease, a fool. Hmm. Anyhow, it was just strange that we went into rib coming from the reef. And again, what was she not supposed to do? The water was calling her, and she wasn't supposed to go out beyond the reef. Ariel wasn't supposed to go up on the shore. And then she got legs to do so. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just strange. Okay. Okay. I went all totally off what I was supposed to be talking about, y'all. Okay. But yeah, we're just walking, right? Let's go back to pride. So again, we have to separate religion from the text, from history, from now. You know what I'm saying? Past, present, future, even when we're in it. But let's just use common sense just a little bit and say that if someone was to bring something like that, like a religious, group or something. The first thing, again, we like to say that the Bible is what enslaved you, and I say that it's the very book that can free you once you realize and recognize. Okay. But they had to get to your mind. They had to get to the way you thought. And again, when coming to the Americas, those people, they called them lazy. We've seen pictures passed around. If you're in the so-called indigenous community, you've seen images of people. They was chilling. They was chilling. They couldn't get them to be so-called slaves, and this is why they had to really call you slaves, but really you were taken in as prisoners of war. So again, because of the overthrow, one would be able to own someone. It's the same thing that's going on right now in society in an allegorical way. Not allegorical, but in some symbolic. When I'm saying symbolic, I'm just, okay, I hope you guys get it. Because allegorical is like something used to explain something in a different form, where I feel like when it comes to form, way, or fashion, and I feel like when it comes to what do you call it? Yeah, I just lost my train of thought. See, so hmm oh yeah, and symbolic is like a way of using like even some subliminal messaging or imagery or different things like that to show. For me, that's just what I sum it up to be. Okay. So they had to take away a lot of things from you. They had to break up the they had to break up the community, break up the family, break you down mentally in order to get to you physically. They had to break you with the idea and notion of something by manipulating things in ways before you even could read the text. Do you see what I'm saying? And I think the first thing you have to attack is the pride, because if you were dealing with people that were rulers and kings and queens and empresses and gods and goddesses or whatever they might call them, deities, whatever, then they would have been at a high exalted scale or level in their natural way, in their natural status, until a construct will be formed and break it up and divide in order to see. So again, people would think that this is not important to know, but by knowing and seeing this way, how can we not be prepared for, again, how can we not see through the things that are being said? And then also, how can we wake, realize, and recognize if we don't always go back to the root? So again, this is just a theoretical view. I'm never here to tell you what it is or what it ain't. I'm simply sharing what it looks like to me from the information that I've obtained throughout my journey. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that's not prideful. That's just me saying, hey, I'm seeing it this way. What's up? How do you see it, or what do you think about it? I'm never even laying anything down in cement. Why? Cement. Okay. I'm always learning or seeking. So, anyways, pride, okay? Because if we look at this, it says unreasonable. Now, could you imagine, again, if we have like places, we'll just use an example. It's like a excuse me, Amazonian culture of women or group of women or even whatnot. Okay, because in the beginning was the earth, and it was a chaotic mass or vapor, that dark, dark, dark hole, the Milky Way. Again, that's for people that know that looking outside of you for those type of things is probably. Oh my goodness, I just came to realize something. Mm, that is something within. May not be tangible. Because once you, again, do etymology and look up these terms, you'll see that they don't mean what we thought. Again, because we think we know, but we have no idea. Everything is in reverse, everything is upside down. So, again, you would think these women would be unreasonable. One would come to conquer and say, oh, these people are unreasonable. And then they would have to find a way to break that up, even causing division. Or could you imagine all these warrior empresses probably cool as hell with each other, and then something energy just comes in, and it could be a male energy that just throw that shit out of whack. Do you understand what I'm saying? Have people going in. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I think one of these words is either that have something to do with this whole study I've been doing this morning. It had something to do with the phallus. Mm. Oh, there's so much I could say, but let's keep going because we're gonna get way off. We're gonna, you know, okay, yeah, we're gonna get way off. Just like the whole layout of the land is covered in signs and symbols. You know, but anyways, so they will be looked at as unreasonable, right? But then it says self-esteem here, especially as one of the deadly sins. Now, this is a sin now. Again, okay. I'll just tell you now, I'm someone that studies the word, right? I don't believe every single thing, and I see because I can see, and because we're using etymology to know what these words actually really mean in the language that we can identify at this point in time. It's like etymology in the Bible, like they have to go hand in hand, or just a sense of knowing. You know what I'm saying? Something that may be gifted, but again, still, I got to see it also with my eyes in a certain sense, right? I can't just hear or feel like I'm just getting direct messages from somewhere and be okay with that. No, I got to go in. I got to go in. I got to see something. I don't have to believe it automatically what I see with these eyes right here, right? That I'm using to read this. But the same time that I'm using those, the one that is up there is doing its own thing. It's almost like sifting or sieving through um, the information as I go. So, you know, we some of us might have been hardwired that way for a reason, right? And those are the people that are going to be uh, certain entities are going to be focusing on keeping quiet at these times, you know. But again, the strength of a mustard seed. So it says haughtiness, overbearing treatment of others. Like again, this sounds like rulership in its. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine? But this is the same type of construct again. See, pomp, love of display, proud. Okay. So again, when people use that, oh, I'm so proud of you, proud, proud, pride, proud, proud, pride, proud, proud, pride. So again, I don't see pride in physical things such as flags and stuff like that and different colors that represent things. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it like I'm not talking about that kind of pride. I would think that is just that. I mean, people can do what they want to do, but it has no substance. Mm-mm. But that one that comes when you know what I'm saying, that there's some type of, you stand for something. There's some type of something in your blood that's different. It's just not the same. So it is a sense of knowing that comes with that, and different things that are activated that confirm what you see with these eyes and in that eye. And then the direct messages, and you see. So it says a positive, proper side, personal honor, good repute, exalted position, splendor, uh, prowess or spirit in an animal. See. Hmm. Oh, this is the one. Okay, used in reference to the erect penis, meaning that which makes a person or people most proud. Okay, I was thinking of lions. Okay, so okay, all right. Just like, okay, see, I get, all right. So again, it makes a person or people most proud. And I guess there is a sense of that. Like, like even when I'm saying like certain energies that um may lead you to, what I'm saying, in self-improvement or improving or seeing something in a different, it might, okay, I can see kind of like what this is saying. Okay. I don't know, I guess that sense of pride. Hmm. Which would, it would be a sinful way to think, wouldn't it, huh? To someone or something. First applied to groups of lions. Oh, in late 15th century. Hmm. So yeah. Because I was finding it funny that there was a Pride family, I think, that was connected to Rock Hill, South Carolina. Um, and again, I don't know what it is about that place that makes me think. I think it's South Carolina. Could be North Carolina. Because I just like to look at it as the Carolinas, and anyway, but there's something about that storyline and that plot, and it goes way back, and it's has something to do with certain bloodlines, right? I just, yeah, I can't believe that I watched it so many times as a child, and then now when I'm watching, I'm just like, oh my goodness, how did I miss all this, right? But anyways, you can see how. Oh, wrong mouse. Okay, you can see how. And again, I'm chilling today. I don't know. It's a Monday, Moon Day, and I'm just in a zone, right? So just bear with me if I'm like chilling too much and I'm getting off subject. But hopefully, there's something someone can grasp, because a lot of us are just feeling stuff and thinking and seeing things on so many different levels. It's hard to just stay on one, you know. But again, being arrogant, okay. And I think, like some people might even think I'm trying to come up with a unique way of expressing things, and some people might look at it as being arrogant or something, but I don't know. I just look at it as being kind of clear about something. Either you see it or you don't. You hear it or you don't. Um, Arrogant or haughty, full of pride, arrogant, insolent, scornful, hmm, overburdened with pride. Excellent. Okay, proud, the adjective. Um, Excellent, splendid, arrogant, haughty, cherishing a high opinion of one's own merit. Guilty of the sin of pride. Hmm. A brave man. Be useful. Hmm. Before, instead of. Forward, hence. Okay, this is, again, these are just extensions of the I go back. I buy back. Huh. in front of before first chief. Hmm. And again, could you imagine somebody saying, well, we need to come in and do this, and somebody saying, no, this is mine, or you can't, and so again, it goes take you right back to what we were talking about up here as the noun. Just we're just looking at this term. That's all we're doing. Because sometimes just knowing a little bit more about one word, it just. Mm. And again, nobody would want you to be in that way in these days. And I think that that's the whole thing about, like, yes, people have to do what they have to do, you know, and but if everybody's hustling, who's really having time to slow down and think about what the hell is going, what I'm saying? Because again, a form of servitude, right? If all these other measures are still in place, okay, it's just creating new servants in a different way, a way where you thought you were free like all this time, right? And so it's going to, this time it's going to be something digital or something electronic and everything, where again, you can be cut off, and that means in different ways, because everything is on here, and with algorithms and all these things on here is online, right? You know, but the point is, to take away someone's so-called pride, or you know, pride and joy, children I'm talking, I would just think that would be the beginning measure of some type of, we're not going to use that other term, we'll just say servitude. And every time we go, every reset, or every time we go into one of these types of things, one of these uh, turn of century or new worlds, see, it's always going to start with the same. If people don't wake and realize, it's always going to stay. It seems like you're going somewhere, but the foundation, the way it's being laid and prepared and things, it just, is it always going to be the same way? Everybody's going to look up and realize that. And then, was it a choice? Was it a choice? Were we choosing to be ignorant of certain things that we should have? Did we allow people to use us, our hearts, our minds, our bodies, our souls, against each other, so that we can, you know, because we could have had a chance to do it, right? I'm just saying, if it were that, if we could have had a chance to unify, yeah, but we let people get to our minds, right? And a lot of that have to do with doing what you have to do, or what you think you have to do in order to survive, when it's really what you want to do. Because if we really, as a nation, wanted to do what we had to do, you know, we would come out of her in its entirety. And band together. Now, I'm not saying go up against anybody. I'm just saying standing on your own. That's really what it is. See, that's really what it is, to stand on your own, to stand strong. Because even if you hustling, and it comes to entrepreneurship, again, I feel like it's just to keep people busy. Because if most of the world is busy trying to figure out how to provide, and most of the time it's, yes, providing, for your needs, right? But we also accumulate a lot of stuff that we want, and that's me included. I'm just saying, right? So really, we're working more for the things we want than the things we need, because we really don't need that much. Again, this is just me talking about back to basics, just tribalism, or back to basics as, nature, right? Nature's way, all natural, right? Barter and trade, like, I just wonder why people did that. I'm talking like this. Y'all know I'm talking like this because I'm talking like this. Because I feel like sometimes if something ain't serving its purpose, then what? And if I sitting up there looking at it and looking at what's coming out your mouth, and it sound like a joke, right? But then I'm saying something that makes some sense, and you want to silence that, then again, so I just wonder. And then also we see here to swell. I don't know. These words are just sticking out to me right here at the bottom. Because it's also like was reminding me of like gaslighting, like to fill somebody up with some kind of something and get them to do something, and then that something can be used against them to try to sabotage or smear. So you know, I just thought that that was funny how that just stuck out. So I just wanted to look at this term. Let's look at the related terms and then we can go. But I just sometimes I just like to just sit here with a word, you know, and go through it. You know, forward, front, before, first, chief, near, against, alongside. Okay, beyond, altered, contrary, irregular, abnormal. Hmm. Per, Proto-Indo-European, root forming. Hmm. Again, because there's a lot of it just stuck out to me about how people that are actually um, the seekers and the oracles and things, how they will be looked at, a consideration as abnormal and irregular and everything. And sometimes that can be, uh, people that don't really understand, they can be fearful, and then they can start trying to throw around things that um, could possibly be wrong, when these people are people that, yes, they may stay in their minds, but they're also very powerful and intuitive and make shit happen that you can't see all the time. But they have to know thyself. And again, a lot of these things restrict people from doing that. Para, almost thought that said Pharaoh, doesn't. Farther, formally, before. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The face, surface. Hmm. It doesn't say that. I just thought that. Hittite, outside of. Hmm. Around, near, about, across, beside. Old Irish, farther. I almost thought they said father. But it, mhm. So like even this reminding me like of outer limits, like really long ago. Okay. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought that it was something I just wanted to look at and, and realize that that has been taken away. And it's supposed to be a sin, right? But a sin, again, I guess we would have to look at the scriptures and see. We'll have to look at the scriptures and see what we're really talking about. And to who? And who could have added that? And is it something that's organic? Does it sound right? If a God had children, do you think he would want them to be, again, considering themselves to be some kind of lowly dirt, scum, slime? Or if they carried themselves like that, they would, again, for a different type of entity, it would make them perfect servants. right? Dethroned, in a sense. Hmm. Wrongdoing, moral wrongdoing, mischief. Again, and okay, and I guess these would be things that must being mischievous would be something that would be a problem for a overseer or master. Feud, guilt, crime, offense against God, mm, misdeed. This is reminding me of like leaders that have come and gone. They come in through the right some way. They come in, maybe even formed in the belly before they were even born, with a mission, something, and they go out at the hands, most of them, again in our situation, of man. But did they transgress against the principalities and rulers, or Elohim? Hmm. Anyhow, we'll stop there. We'll stop there. I hope that this, again, helps someone see something. And again, to never take what I say, but, you know, again, because I'm never here to tell you what it is or what it ain't, right? That's up for you to discern. But the way I look at everything is I'm looking at the whole world, past, present, and future, in one, just, I don't know, that's the way I see it. And so I'm not being like favoring anything or anything like that. I'm just open, right? I'm just wondering how we got this far, you know, gone, and we think we're going in the right direction. So, anyhow, I'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe if you wish. And join us in the Facebook group American Aborigines Unchained for more information, past, present, and future, um, or alternative information by not just me, but others. Take care.